got new visitors. Visitors are on the agenda. Does that cover anything? All right. Approval of the March minutes. You should have. All in favor? Nay? Water bill. So the report in front of you is not dated at all. So we decided a few of these wasn't going to happen. And some are also on here. Get with Bob and tell him what we decided. Some of these are turned off, and some of them will be turned off. A lot of these are just a little bit
I haven't looked at it, but there's that one, James Broxton's house, that we need to use his name, so
that's an
that's
example.
probably.
There being a trust.
Yeah.
What about the one by the Jackson Fire?
Where at the sheet, was treated.
Yeah, I just talked to Claire and we were
Maybe it got
gonna
switched up.
we were gonna shut that one down. And 177-6. We just talked about it. They don't live here anymore, that's the one that's supposed to be written off. Looks like a charge.
What about one that's Rosie Reply?
We just talked about that when we did the show. This is not a. So there's a new name. So, she asked what.
Yeah. She could have offered down, but she.
Tomorrow, have a call.
Even though they have a link, Charlie here. That's the side that says,
Is there anything in your report that says if they're off or not?
I'm sure it's not. I'll have to check and see.
it'd just be nice to see it beside that, even though they come along. Just the rough that thing.
Any other questions for the board?
I have questions that I'm waiting on. No, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but
This next month. All right, on the hospital water bill, they've been getting their bill late over and over and over. I don't know, sooner that corporations work, but they don't have any like 6 months bill.
They can only pay off at the end.
Yeah, this place only does 3 months, so 90 days left to pay mainly. They owe me a late hospital, that's late.
Probably pay ahead.
now,
It can, they can only pay off the minutes. So,
Not good.
well, I told her I could, I don't know how I figure out, I assume they never go over probably, I can't imagine what they do. I told her what I could probably do was a separate invoice, because I could literally just mail it to her. Or I'll get down to her office or something.
The postal service does help us with some of these troubles. We can't hardly get it.
Well, sometimes too, it goes to a mail room or something, and then it takes a little while, and then it sits on it. We used to have that issue.
Yeah, and so for the hospital, it's gonna be mailed out of town, so it goes to Springfield, but then it gets routed to St. Louis, because it's going to Hannibal, and then comes back. And then God forbid if it's a postcard that gets torn up along the way, because they may not even get it.
So what's the
Then they get
proposal?
the late.
What's the proposal that we're gonna do there? What do we want to do with it?
Well, the only solution I can figure out with is for me to make them an individual bill, but you know, to another month, it's not their fixed part.
So even then, so every month you have to get a hold of them, right?
Well, they never go over.
I can't imagine what they do.
Can you not do it for me, or like do it quarterly, or
I
like
can-
do it for 6 months or something? And then,
They're okay with it.
but that's what I mean. If you
Doesn't matter
said
if we charge it
January to
so-
June,
I mean, I can ask them.
or you
Just
can
go a month
invoice them
ahead.
a month
Just
ahead.
go a month ahead.
If you send them one invoice, and then they get their water bill, and then they're paying a month ahead, and it should just.
And it never, the whole doesn't have that many corporates, like, this is a for sure copy.
No, but
Other
other
than
out of
anything,
town
like,
people are having that
This
problem.
is just another step that you got to do now. Outside of regular.
What'd you do?
What if you do it once?
Yeah.
It'll all be down.
Yeah. All right, so can you check and see if we can,
And we don't have to do it for 6 months or put a big string for just 1 month.
all right, as long as the table has the final,
I mean, I probably would do that.
the ordinance doesn't call out Christmas. All right, we're gonna do that. Water and sewer rates, we're talking about Christmas. I guess, you gotta keep up with the inflation on what it costs on water, or you don't wanna charge more than what. We're not trying to make money off of the water,
Right.
but we need an estimate of projects up. Water tower was shut down before. So, I'm not gonna take it, so, the sewer line doesn't need. So I recommend if we're gonna do $1, 75 cents per water. We've done it separate before, we've done it like this. I think where we set
What did we raise it to?
Make us do it $1.
What's our minimum?
What's the minimum?
55, 50.
So that's a great minimum. How do we do that? Do we just raise the minimum or do we raise the?
Raise it to $2.80 a thousand. Yeah, I would say raise the base.
Like I said, if we don't do that,
Obviously,
I
don't know
don't,
what the minimum
I don't wanna
is.
take. I think we probably should this time around, especially with the project bill coming up, keep it on for next year.
So-
If we don't, what things might go up. we also done, so like this big project, we said, like, we don't have to bid rates to make this project happen. We rate on
We have.
We have to have.
I thought we might have to.
You're gonna lose
What are our programs?
when that water reverses, you're gonna lose some of that.
That's what I'm saying, we should, what I was suggesting is not that. Someone wants to make a motion.
So that only affects the middle. Do we have a motion? Or do we have some?
You know, you can still put that on the water.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I,
I mean, if we're doing something different. I don't think, I mean, we've never, I don't know that we've ever had a, I mean, I don't think. There's no one before. But just tell me what that price is, I have no idea. Well, we don't, we didn't make it. We didn't separate it on it. Like,
$1.
that's up to you guys. Someone make a motion, what,
well, they just raise it and all.
The less than 2%.
if someone doesn't disagree,
I'll say.
Is that less than 2%?
all right, so we're gonna make a motion. For annual wastewater sewer. Wastewater and all. You can make that vote. It's not like it's set.
You said March. I wrote March and I'm like, wait a minute.
And so we're gonna wait a
Oh, I
while.
believe it. I believe it.
You mean May? When's this gonna raise? You said March. Yeah, you said March. So that's-
It'll be June.
June, okay.
Big water.
Activity
You're
here.
not supposed to read.
Well, I thought you ought to read your water ordinance.
I'm
But,
so excited.
I went ahead and attached every one that I found. So you'll have a little history
Sheila, let's start voting.
of the ordinances. The one that's on top, they're in reverse chronological order. They go from the current one to the old one. The way these ordinances are set up, every time the village adopted a new one, at least generally speaking, it is only making parts of the previous ordinance that's in conflict with. So I wouldn't rule out, and I haven't sat down myself and sorted everything out, but the one on top, for all intents and purposes, is your current ordinance. I put the other ordinances under there so you can see the history of the water ordinances. There's several. And so the idea would be to not necessarily rewrite it. It doesn't need to be rewritten, but it obviously has to be reference the current,
Yeah.
fees.
So we've got
Penalties.
connection, disconnect, service, private storage, that's essentially a whole lot of questions. I mean,
Well,
that's a lot.
Everybody should take a look at it, because, it's, municipal water. supply, but things
Yeah.
down,
So this is stuff we already had, it's just,
Yeah, all this, that ordinance that is denominated as number 31009 is the least, from what I can find, going through the files. It was the most recent statement of the actual ordinance. It may have been, there may have been some tweaking over the years, but you'll see that it has definite, fees and,
So the fees,
Alright.
we just upped the fee, this says $29.50, we have to update the ordinance, or?
so,
well,
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the
so there's a lot here. So, here's what I'm gonna suggest, that everybody take their homework on, make notes in this, on the changes. We draft a different or new ordinance, just the first couple of pages. I already answered the whole bunch of questions. This is a lot.
yeah. So what I would suggest is, rather than just readopting the whole statute, that it be amended where it needs to be. And that way we're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, this is the most current ordinance. It's been on the books since 2009. So it may also be a time, if you think that wholesale changes need to be made, that we could just rewrite it. But I think it's probably a pretty good ordinance, but for the numbers need to be updated.
Yeah, this covers easements and the whole deal. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Everybody read through this. It's not on the agenda for regular ordinance. Now we're gonna do it. Just review it and see if this answers the questions that people have. If it needs change or not. If this one.
Yeah, and if you go back to the oldest ordinance on here is the 1994 ordinance, and I'm not sure that I could not find one older than that. So that's the whole history, at least, of the water ordinance, pretty much over the last 30 years.
Okay. All right, so this is a lot, so we won't dig into it at this meeting. But I think that's what everybody has before. Come back around. All right. Thank you, Chris. We have one more thing we'll get to you about. Sorry, I pushed you on this. We have 3 trees that are on our property hanging over something. So the one tree is up the corner of the park. And it's a tree that we paid a number of times to have trimmed. I talked to the owner, even though it's a small tree, it's on our property. He said they want it. So I've got quotes here, so we'll do that. That tree, if you drive around town, there's not many trees on our side of the sidewalk. That's why we need to stay on people trimming there, so that when a tree goes out, grow a pit. Then you say you can't put something up there. So anyway, that tree is our responsibility. The other 2 trees, are Dixieville House. We're just gonna call it Dixieville House for like the rest of our life. So
That's why I said we'll never.
no offense, that's Dixieville. The 2 soft maples, she fought tooth and nail to not have them removed. However, for their insurance reasons, and you just go look, that tree is one over there. And it's mostly across the road almost to the next house. That tree.
They're getting pretty bad.
Yeah, they're beat so bad, it's probably and those are our bundle. So I did get a quote
For all three?
for all three, and I have those separate. So for the ones at Dixie's, removal of the two soft maples, full cleanup and stump removal is $30. The tree at, okay, 490 Lee Evans, that's the corner of the park, full removal, drying stone, 1500. So your total, $4,700, three soft maple trees.
What company is this?
Greener tree. There's a number of them.
I had 3 trees cut down across the front, and they cleaned them up. My yard looks good, best yard looks good.
These, all of these trees are out.
That, it was big trees.
So-
One of them was a ton.
So this particular,
Two, though.
this particular
Split.
order of business is whether or not we should, it's whether or not we're going
Where does that come out of our budget?
to, okay. Or motor, trees on the side of the road, between the road and the sidewalk. Yeah, so,
I mean, I'm just trying to
So
save
that's-
us
well,
in one area. I mean,
it's,
we get it taken out of something that we don't use. We save money.
yeah, and then, like, we haven't done. I'm not that I'm against it, I'm just, that other people. Either way, like I said, now the one at, 490 Corner Park, yeah, we could turn back. But,
Yeah, but how many times are we gonna turn it back?
Forever.
Versus what a one-time thing we get rid of.
Yeah, I feel like it would be cheaper if these here big two trees had to be 30, so probably charge me.
I mean, just stuff around the park.
Yeah, they do it by inch.
I mean, you're talking that tree, but, they need to go. Well, they have to go.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so I'm gonna ask for a motion to remove
You think if you'd ask them, they'd cut a little bit off, that seems awful high. Or,
it comes down to where it's.
How much do you
yeah,
think?
find
It comes
another
down
company,
to
yeah.
how much time do I have to go shopping around?
I mean, it wouldn't cost us nothing.
Let's say, village hall looking for.
Then you gotta, then you gotta do this, you gotta do that a certain way, it's gotta be posted for a certain time, and
We just follow your other things. So if they go
I
through here
can,
every day.
it's just a matter of time I have, it's just one more thing.
Add the people won't pay us very much.
We can't do that, it's gotta be, that's what it's, I'm not against, like, shopping around, it's just, I only have so much time that they're out there.
Um,
like not a month from now, I'm not against trying to shop around and save some money. I only got so much time.
I mean, for 3 trees that size, clean up, remove all stuff around it, that's.
I wouldn't do
done.
that.
Well, well, I mean,
But there are these trees that are on the city right of way, but hang over onto private property.
Over
Right.
an hour, big tree.
So. The private property owner can help us back. We're not inclined to do that.
I'm not against that either, it's just, that's something else. I call the insurance or a way of getting a little bit of that back.
Then it would go here, and it might save them, stick it in the whole bunch.
Well, we don't want that to happen. This tree at 490 Leo's, these 2 trees, you can't go putting off like another one. It's like, must be called an emergency meeting and it's a bird. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for a motion for $3,200 to do something.
I'll make a motion.
So we're not doing, I think we should do it.
It's your guys'
They're gonna be
decision.
in town.
I mean, I think we
So,
charge more to come back
The
with
board,
what they're.
the board member asked for a motion, and the second, because we'll vote.
I mean, that big tree, we can, our house is there, if they do that.
So what is there a motion? So, all right,
We need to get that done.
Yeah, so.
so we want to come back to 1,500.
We can do this.
I mean, what if it's higher, because it's got to make it.
I'll make a motion for the $4,700 for the 3 trees by Greater Creek Care.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
And you don't like it, we don't know, we're gonna,
Let's just get it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Nay? All right, we're gonna,
Thank you.
we're gonna get Bob out of here, so, sorry, Bob, you're a little late. Yeah, approval of the bills. I don't know,
Any questions, Sheila?
Yeah, we'll have to, I'll circle back around to it.
Okay.
catching on, ain't it? Zach did not have time to do any patrols this month.
I see, I didn't see him in town.
He had a, he's, he's
Oh,
got a,
my goodness.
he's got a
Stayed
few
with my
things
house
going. The
yesterday.
county's
Well,
working very hard on
They've
it.
been in town.
Cut their dogs.
We've had some
That's cool.
super fast cars. They're gonna burn me for this, but an ambulance went through the other day at 72 miles an hour with no lights and no sirens.
Oh, that's lovely.
I understand for a call to back pain. I understand a stroke or someone's caught in a burning house. No one should be going 72 miles an hour in a shoebox with no lights or sirens. I do not know why that happened.
Did we ever figure anything out about moving the speed limit sign? out?
I'm on my fifth person.
Okay.
It needs to be the,
Because
there's
they
a
are
sign shop.
still coming in hot and then tap their brakes about the second sign and
Sunday
then you hear
afternoons.
them get back on it again.
Sunday afternoons between
It
3
may not
and
help,
4 are the
but-
worst.
Yeah.
Like, nothing to see multiple 70 miles an hour. on Sunday afternoon.
Oh, it's fine.
And it's
I just
overly.
think with summer coming back around and the kids are gonna be out of school and.
All right, let's get Bob taken out.
Yep.
We'll
Yep.
cover all this in comments, so we get him out of here. Anyway, it's all right. Okay.
You didn't speak coming into town, did you?
I did not,
Thank God.
not much.
He did.
Comes in the back way.
All right, is there a motion to approve the bills?
I make a motion to approve the bills.
Is there a second to approve the bills?
I'll second.
All in favor to approve the bills?
Aye.
Nays? Financial report.
Well, April 30th was the fiscal year end. So on page 2, since our board meetings don't fall at the end of the year, everybody on page 2? Quentin?
Aye.
Okay. first column is the revenue and expenses since the last board meeting through today. And the same period of time last year. Okay. Then page 3 is the beginning of the fiscal year through today. So not too many numbers on it. I think the interesting part is on page 4, which is the entire fiscal year from last year and this year compared.
Whoops. Making a lot of money.
All right.
No. We're in a deficit.
I
So
don't have
it's
it forward
basically
printed.
the equipment.
Don't print it.
Yep. So that hurt us some, but we've also cleaned out all 3 ditches when that did cost us $4,500 a piece.
Well, that also means
Then
we
we'll
shouldn't
still
have
clean
that.
more.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's just constant maintenance.
On page 7 is the results of the water fund since the last board meeting.
So that's the engineering fees, right?
Not on that particular page.
Oh, I'm on 7.
Page 8
Oh,
is
sorry.
just since the beginning of the fiscal year, so the numbers are pretty small. And then page 9 is the results compared to last year, for the fiscal year.
We need to plant a money tree.
Mm-hmm.
People need to pay their bills and we need to cut them off if they don't pay them. I know, drive it away.
So you can see the interest income was up quite a bit because the rates were a lot better this past year than they have been. And water revenue was up a bit as well. And then on page 14, same thing, revenue and expenses since the last board meeting. On page 14, page 15 is the activity since May 1st. And then page 16 is, again, the year-to-date comparison with last year. Sewer's really consistent with the revenue and with the expenses. And there's no activity in the motor fuel tax fund. So on page 21, the year-to-date comparison with last year. Nothing for you.
Like it?
Yes, Mr. Ford.
All right. Is there,
I make a motion to approve the bill.
all in favor?
Aye.
I'm ready to go.
We're getting it ground. All right, park updates was, I put on here,
Didn't get to dinner, did you?
our first quote to fix the fence was, I only got some of like $7,600, and I told them no.
Thanks, Bob.
$7,600 to fix the fence. Before I told them no. We now have a quote for $2,000.
Yeah, I like that better.
That's better. So,
Same company?
no,
I was gonna say.
no, we've been shopping pretty hard, and Sam actually helped us find that one. He's been,
Where's that one out of?
I don't have the invoice yet.
Okay.
It's Amish.
That'll be a better job than it'll last 100
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And they'll
it
probably
will.
show up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I told them we needed an invoice or to quote now, since we've already approved that,
And we got insurance money for that
yeah,
too,
it's already,
right? Like
it's
a long
not
time ago.
anything that we haven't already allotted for.
It's a wash.
Was the contract for?
To fix our tennis court that a tree fell on. We've been trying to get a good, reasonable contractor, or get us one to call back. We had one person call at $7,600. We now have a quote for 2,000. I just don't have the quote in front of me, so I can't.
The chain link
He
fence.
didn't get it to me. So that's the park update. Updates on the water and railroad projects. So this is from Kevin Garnett at Nico. Working with IDOT this week. This is referring to the railroad. Hope to be ready to start on it late May or early June if IDOT can get their job going. So the goal is to get that done. These are the railroad crossings on. They might need clarification. I told them that cannot happen during the holidays. It's gotta be done before. So they're thinking, start late May or early June. There may be, if they need something from us, I may have to call an emergency meeting. It's gonna be one of those 5-minute deals.
Okay.
So the report for the water, we'll have the final draft for review in the next 2 weeks. So that's where we're gonna hear whether this whole bluff thing is gonna happen, or if they're gonna come back and say, no, you're gonna put a tower somewhere.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's still looking good. But
Yeah, cause we paid
This
them a lot
whole-
of money.
well, we're getting a tower, or we're getting,
Just the engine.
the
Right,
tower
right, right,
is,
right.
that thing's coming down. There's no way that's EPA,
Right.
we have to.
Yep.
It's just the details of the plan. This is hopefully when we're gonna know. a
Like
little
whether
more.
we can put it on the bluff or whether we have to put a tower.
Or which bluff, or where the well, or what, this will be the full report. It's gonna probably be a lot of reading. Kevin will
Water quality and everything, right? Oh, that's all
I
that
don't
in
be the
there?
quality.
No, that,
No
those
water
are,
I
quality.
didn't know if
This-
they went ahead and
no, they're not cool yet.
checked.
They're not through.
So,
I talked to Nathan Boehner Friday. I think it was Friday. And, he said as soon as we get that, to let him know he'd like to take a look at it.
oh, I'm keeping him involved. Because I've been updating him on everything. They wanted, Bill wanted to do this 20 years ago, do the bluff idea and the wells out there. So yeah, we won't do anything without including him.
Cause he said once all this lag work, is what he called it, is done, then they basically take over and get it,
It'll be a lot of movement.
yeah,
We're getting closer to the Great Point stage.
to go time.
All right, so that's all I have from there. All right, visitors, put this together, visitors' comments. Mr. White,
None.
done?
None.
None. Same thing. All right, we have 2 new visitors. We'll call them the new owners of Dixie's house.
Yeah.
Welcome to town. We're glad to see somebody got that. We were,
And we're kind of like family, so my grandma was Dixie's cousin, and
oh, I didn't know.
I spent every summer here and every weekend with my grandparents.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of like coming home. We're looking to retire here in a few years. We work at the veterans home, been there over 20 each. So we're hoping get her all buttoned up and it ought to look different as summertime up there.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna get a new roof, we're siding it, everything, so it's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
look a lot different.
That will look a lot different.
Yeah.
Well, I was concerned about, I just hope somebody good got in there to,
Yeah,
I didn't know you guys were related.
Kinda wish we cut them trees down from the front yard. there
Yeah,
on
save
the
us
roof.
some time.
but yeah.
So your names, I'm sorry, I met you, but,
Chad and Joanna Jackson.
okay.
Betty and Marvin Gudgel was my grandparents.
So Bobby lives in Betty and Marvin's old
Yep,
house.
I've met him,
Oh, you
talked
said
to
you
him about the house.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember them growing up
Yep.
here. All right, board meeting, so. Is there any other comments?
Nope.
All right.
Like I said, it's no hurry, but I was talking to you about the sidewalks, you know, if there's
Yeah.
a grant, you know, some towns have grants.
We,
And I don't mind doing some of the work, so I mean, you know, I don't know how that all works, and it's no big hurry right now, but
No, we've been putting off sidewalks for a couple of years, and we haven't put a new sidewalk in since the early nineties. So, I mean,
Well, could that be something out of motor fuel?
yes,
Okay.
so that can be a project.
No, a lot.
Is that something we wanna even, I guess we gotta at least probably a year till they,
Take it away from us.
I got time until they break ground on this water thing. I've got like a couple months before everything's really gonna pick up. So, I mean, do we wanna,
I think.
what do you wanna do there?
I think get
Get
the order
quotes
on, and then just imagine what's gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying,
And I agree, I think,
but I also
yep,
don't
it'd
wanna,
be great to have everything fixed, but maybe we're gonna fix it and then have a mess to tear up.
so the backstory, since you brought up the sidewalks, we need a new water tower, wells, basically $1.3 million-ish.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
big
that's what I heard
project.
you guys were talking about. I think Bobby told me that.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
The railroad is making us change the grades on 2 of our crossings, so there's a lot. I just can't guarantee that like
Oh, that's fine.
sidewalks will even be done this summer.
Yeah, that's fine.
So let's, everybody, maybe before the next meeting, drive around, look at the sidewalks, and then make sure you just take a good look at them. And, we'll continue this discussion on sidewalks till the next meeting. Okay. Anything else?
No, no.
Okay.
I thank you all for the trees. I can deal with it.
Well, they're on our property, so I don't really want to pay for them, but if you drive around, there's only like.
Yeah, it's the only one on the whole road.
I know, that's why, we enforce that. Alright, so, was there any, so code hearing report, did you notice that all the Reed properties were mowed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
I
We
talked
drove
to
around and
him.
looked.
He says he's going to get on a regular mowing schedule. I had a conversation with him about the grass. So he mowed all 4 properties.
It's a good thing.
I asked him to do it before Monday.
Cause it was
so-
coming.
Yeah, I was,
Yeah, so. Anyone else? Oh, the,
highway,
okay, so that is 10 times worse than it's ever been.
right,
So, that's the 420, Highway 106, is that right? 420. There,
Vehicles, is that what we're talking about, or?
and the trash,
the trash.
there's 10 times more trash there than there's ever been, so, I'd say we talk to the judge about it again and see what he wants to do, but,
I got a text message today.
when it comes to those and code hearing,
I know, and I
I-
told her,
she can tell it to the judge.
sent proof that she's gonna be having surgery on May 17th, which is the date of court.
Okay, so we can easily continue that, but however, what about,
What about?
So what I was going to propose is, okay, we will continue it 30 days, but in those 30 days, it better be cleaned. If not, we're gonna tack more charges on you.
well, we'll request the judge to
Well, he'll do it.
increase.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna get high enough to where
Take more pictures to him. He's gonna.
grass
See
and
the
whatever.
favor.
So we'll eventually get to the point where we take, action as far as the lien or whatever we get there, but we'll, so that's just continued till next month.
Oh, yeah, it's.
Could you send,
Clubhouse.
could you send all the information you have, and all of it, about the property on the highway to Mr. Schultz?
I guess.
Does this have to do with the former motel
Yeah.
property? Yeah. Yeah.
Let's cover
I
that.
thought we were talking about
The
house
owner of
back
the
there.
property is lawyered up and they're,
Oh.
So we're
I
gonna
think,
continue
uh,
420, 106.
need to be educated a little bit about their property. and
We're gonna,
what the city's actions have been.
we're gonna enter Mr. Schultz into the mix a little bit.
Shake it up a little bit.
Not that you're not
Well,
doing
I,
it or not.
Oh, no, no.
We,
I agree.
No,
their
this-
attorney is now involved, so our attorney
And see, I
can
continue.
help.
I've continued it 3 months in a row, so it's still continued.
yeah, this is, relates to the fire.
Yeah, the fine's already been assessed.
Yeah.
It's just, so, all
Well,
right.
keep up the good work. You're having an impact.
Yeah.
Talk to me
It's
when it's
something.
time to vote for. Yeah, well, I probably won't get
We'll see
read.
what the numbers are. All right,
I
so
will.
just, if you could send everything you have.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
That will be good.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, is that all?
Yes. That is it for now. I've been looking around for, oh. I'll just ask you who it is afterwards.
We do have, the deer worsters dumping soybeans into the ditch.
The what?
The ditch.
I don't know if they meant to do that.
I'm gonna give him a call. There, okay. There's a lot of soybeans in the ditch,
I haven't seen it.
like them straight in the ditch.
Hmm.
And they did it last year too.
That's not okay.
Sounds like a habit.
Oh, well, I'll talk to him. We'll cover that. It smells really bad. And people complain. Everybody downstream complains.
It does stink pretty
Well,
bad.
I'm just gonna go ahead and call the judge this week, because I'm gonna be gone too on the 17th. I'm gonna be in California.
Okay, so send everything you have before you leave if you could. And
Oh.
I'll handle. if
Well,
there's
those are
anything.
the only two things.
Okay.
So we're gonna continue the one and continue the other one,
Okay.
so we don't have to go.
Okay. If he does need something on the hotel property, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
But I don't think he will. All right. Quick weather report.
My turn.
Yep,
Okay. Mowing season has started.
it has.
They've been dumping brush over there across the road from Dick.
Yeah, that's, I've got those complaints too.
Dumping what?
I've gotta get signs.
Oh.
I don't know if we need like a big 4x8 sheet of plywood and a spray can. Just,
Is it all, I haven't drove over there here in a while, is it all cleaned up, completely cleaned up?
no,
Until it's
Because people
completely
keep dumping.
cleaned up,
I mean, yeah.
people
it's
might
gonna be
think
hard.
that they can still dump there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's,
So-
we gotta get it all out of there.
So the township was supposed to help us with that, they didn't. So we've gotta find our own avenues.
We have a truck and
We have a truck and
Yeah.
there we go.
Just need a place to haul it.
move it down there.
Oh, you don't wanna move it 2 or 3 times, do you?
No, I'm gonna burn it right there. I'll move it.
No, what's left over though, what are you gonna give us what's left over?
I need.
You know, the ashes and what don't burn.
You could talk to Oldsmeyer again, and he can pick it
Yeah,
up.
he might do a one-time thing.
He said he would.
Okay.
Then put a,
Yeah,
maybe put a couple poles up there with a great big thing, chain or caution tape or
Yeah.
whatever. It
I think-
says
Yeah.
no
once people-
dumping.
Yeah, I think once people
And we're done.
know.
Yep, but until we get all the trash out,
Yep.
Right.
we're gonna still.
So,
Most of the people don't know that this is closed and this
Yeah,
is open.
it's-
Most people don't
I
know.
mean, it's been there for 30
Yeah.
some years, it's gonna take a little bit, so. All right, what else you got?
I had to work on these bathrooms, in the city hall here. They got different, they're pressurized. And I had to get them, go to the plumbing store over Hannibal to get the pieces that I needed. I fixed every one of them but one. So they flush when they supposed to, and I had to take, buy a new one, and I had to take it over there because it didn't run. There's pieces missing in the stock.
Yeah, I helped them work on that one picnic, and they're such an old style. If one of them's trickling, the other two won't flush, because they flush all the surface pressure. It's a kind of a bad design. They're super,
These toilets here.
yeah, they're super hard to work on and get parts for them.
Have you seen the one up the Lakeshore Park where somebody took and busted the side of the,
Yeah, somebody broke it
Cool.
again.
Hmm.
so I shut up and
Broke
they
the
turned it back on. It
side of the
works,
stool.
it
You
works.
mean like hit it with something hard and broke
Oh, yeah,
it?
they
Yeah.
go in there with
Mhm.
rocks at least
Yeah.
once a summer.
Why don't we put a
It
trail
still
camera
works.
up?
It still
That's
works.
what I
Catch,
said.
Yeah, we
catch
talked
who's
about it.
doing it and then give them a fine.
Yeah, I talked
And not a
about,
cheap fine.
I talked about just going to Walmart and using the card and getting a couple trail cams.
Yep.
I think that's
So
what we
we'll
gotta
pull them
do.
up, they won't know where they're
A
at.
mobile one. And you know right when it happens.
Yeah, then you get more monthly fees. I'm not against it.
No, I just, we want them to do it again. We want to,
Well, it's just a matter like, so you
I
can
mean, it
get
probably
a
wouldn't hurt to
cheap,
have cameras in the park anyway.
you can get a cheap
Honestly.
camera that you gotta go take the card out of, or you can get one with a subscription. And, watch live and get
One of
billings,
those.
you know,
Right.
is that something we,
Well, them 2 cameras would probably save the price of a toilet, especially if they get
Right.
it 2 or 3 times a year.
And a prosecution.
those bathrooms have been.
Yeah, because that's what we'll get our money back then.
Yeah. Alright, so I will, let me do some labor time. Anything else?
I bet that's it.
Alright. Board member comments, Robert?
No.
None. Bobby?
Don't have a thing?
None. Rod?
How are we gonna start fixing some potholes?
That's about cold patch season, ain't it?
Well, I want one of the little bit so that cool patch will work. This kind of weather is cool, morning, be noon before the cool patch warms up.
That'd be kinda
It's on the schedule.
after Memorial Day. After Memorial Day then probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Speaking of Memorial Day,
I need to take my clover to Forsyth, Illinois. I'm waiting for them to call me,
okay.
so fax me or something.
Okay, I did get some questions about whether or not we were gonna replace that thing.
Replace what?
The mosquito clover.
Oh.
Sam will put stuff in it. He run it out of chemical twice, and that screwed the pump up.
Okay. So, is it functional?
Fire Sam.
I just have to take it. to
Well, we don't have
Forsyth.
anybody else to spray mosquitoes. We went through that.
We've got to spray for mosquitoes.
Well, we
We
did.
have to.
Yeah. So, it's operational or not?
Not now, no. I need to take it to Forsyth when they call me.
Okay. So, when are you gonna do that?
Well, when are they set up time to where
So
they
you can call him.
test it out? I've already called them. I have to wait till they get
Okay.
ready.
That's probably a priority. Mosquitoes are already out. So, can you get a hold of them like
Yeah.
maybe tomorrow and I can check in with you Wednesday on it?
Yeah.
Or maybe Thursday, I'll check in with you Thursday.
Good.
That thing is a necessity here.
Yeah, if we don't hear something in 2 days, you get on that phone and
And if that thing's fried, we need another one, like that's not a thing we do without. So, alright, we'll work on that this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, how about the ditch behind Lee's again? So,
Who?
I'm
Oh.
surprised he didn't come in tonight, and, but he probably had to work late. So, that thing's a horrible mess, and now it's got his fence. Okay, so the ditch is all the way back up to his fence. We got a machine, why don't we fix that the right way?
Okay.
I
So, I was told not to cut those trees out of there.
I wouldn't cut any trees right now, because if you cut the trees, there's gonna be nothing but dirt washed down and it's gonna get even worse.
So we
But
wouldn't
it's going
Pull them out.
clear
We
up to
would-
his fence now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not against
I mean-
fixing that, right?
That whole ditch, all the way down to there, needs a tube corrected in it. It's got all these bends
So,
in it.
yeah.
So every little
Yeah.
bend it hits.
and goes underneath the tracks.
I've
been throwing rocks in there to keep that from washing
So
Yep,
I can
it's-
look into that. But one of the things we're gonna run into is railroad right away. I don't know why that, when that wasn't rebuilt, when it washed out his yard, that was done previously.
I know, but it should have been.
Is that one of the ones that the crossings they're gonna work on?
The concrete, yeah, all that's gonna be fixed at that time, and man, it'd be a good time
That
now
would
to
be a
build
good
up.
time.
So
Look
maybe-
right into it.
So maybe our contractor that does that bid work,
Yeah,
now, we can't really do a lot, but if it's on that grade, we could fix, if that's part of the problem, so part of it is that.
well, it's just not gonna it's not gonna fix itself. It's gonna continue to do what it's doing, and every year it's just gonna gradually keep going a little more
Okay.
and a little more.
Well, tell him to contact me and tell me what he needs,
Yep.
and that then or what he wants,
Right?
but then we gotta, what part has it ever been surveyed? If that's gonna come up, if we're gonna spend money on it, we need to make sure it's actually ours and not theirs, and
Yeah.
tell him to call me and ask,
Okay.
and I'll
A
come
good
over
chunk of
there.
that's railroad, isn't it, behind his house?
That's the problem.
That where he
A
mows
chunk
over
of it, he
there?
mows that back there.
Yeah, ain't that railroad? Or am I, I
I'm
don't
not sure
know.
of that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That'll take
Right.
some more doing, but I'll move it up the way.
You used to be able to drive a pickup.
Hey, Clifton, I tell you
Like
about
50
the
years.
Yeah, it used
ditches,
to be a little-
before you get too deep into the ditches. Did you take action tonight on 920 South Elm? Is that?
We already did all that.
Okay.
We actually posted it, it was bid on.
So
All
you
we
just need a deed?
All we need is the deed.
All right.
We're at that stage.
Anything else for me?
No, sir.
Chris, that corner chair, your
Yeah.
check is laying over there.
Oh, I don't want to.
I need a copy of the dog ordinance. Where is it
I
at?
thought it was a sheriff organization.
Okay. It's on there.
And I just wanted to let Claire know that I filled in his water holes down there with grass. I figured, you know what, it'll all build up and eventually that mud hole will just go away.
Yeah.
Well, we can't do anything until we know what this problem
Well,
is.
I took care of my own problem.
That can be one of the first things we do. Once we have the word on this, that'd be one of the first things we do.
Yeah.
Is start dumping gravel down.
Nope, I dumped some grass. I'm gonna get that mud hole filled in and.
I got
make
some
it
more
go somewhere
grass.
else.
That's a big hole too.
Yeah, I got a lot of grass. I dump every week.
All right. Dog ordinance is on the, I mean, I can get you a paper that I can print out. It's on the notes from the president's page. You have an ordinance. The dog ordinance is
Okay.
posted, along with the nuisance ordinance and.
Okay.
All right, was that it?
Oh, yeah.
Kelsey?
Did we ever decide what we're gonna spend that rebuild Illinois money on? Cause wasn't that
So it's,
like June?
yeah, it's not so much that it's there to spend, which it kinda is,
Mhm.
but what their paperwork's gonna require what we spent it on before. So, we're just gonna file
I just
something
didn't
that
wanna
we
lose
spend.
it.
We will not lose.
Okay, that was.
How much is it total?
Was it
So
like
you
30?
$59,000.
You can say you spent it on something,
29, I think you said.
And then the,
so like.
Did you say
equipment.
29 or
I
59?
think I said 59. I'll have to look.
I thought it was like 30 or 35.
I
There was
but
two
I could be
different
wrong.
funds, wasn't there? One was rebuild Illinois and one was something.
Ballpark 39. This is.
Well, anyway, the way it works is you claim it,
I knew we talked
it's
about
still
like
there,
using
so
it to write off some of the expense of the machinery.
depending on how you word it.
Yeah.
If you wanna say that it's
We talked
X
about
amount
ordering
to
road
spend from now
signs.
on, or if it's X amount, either way, it's already.
So you can just tell them how you have it earmarked to use in the future.
I think it's gotta be something previous now.
Well, we better
I
figure
can't
that
Just put it
out.
in there as purchased equipment.
Yeah,
Well,
it kinda
but-
doesn't,
Just part of that.
it depends on how you look.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was on somebody's radar because we talked about it and
Yeah, we
Okay.
messed that up.
then, can those, tree people dump the wood chips at the community garden?
I could probably request that.
It's gonna be a lot of.
That would be a
Yeah.
lot less move. Well, I
Well, we
mean,
had
Don't
not
sell.
enough last time,
yeah.
so we moved all
And then I
this.
guess if we end up with extra, we can just post it on the page and say if you want wood chips, get the ones out of the file.
We actually used all the wood chips from the park and still could use more.
Yeah.
The last time we did this 2 big oak trees, so.
And then that's Saturday at 10 if anybody
Saturday.
wants to come help.
Do you need
No.
tiller?
Community garden.
Come on over.
Probably not.
Probably not,
That's what I think
no.
you kinda got laid out for you.
Yeah. It'll
You
just
bring your
be
garden gloves, Stephen.
pulling weeds.
I expect you're gonna be in town next weekend, right?
Actually, I am.
Okay, we'll see you at the community center at 10 o'clock on Saturday.
Hey, you brought which?
Don't wear those white pants.
I have white ones. I have probably comparable to 2 pickup truck beds full of wood chips.
Okay.
We'll take them.
And it's free for the getting. I'll just point at it. It's next to a big burn pile south of the drive.
I know where it's at.
Cool.
You can-
Okay.
Cliff's buying cocktails at 10, so.
When it's
In the morning?
Bloody Marys or the
No.
Both.
Pass.
But it's Saturday when?
10 o'clock. 10 a.m. Community garden.
You know
We're
what
gonna pull weeds. I don't know if you guys have seen what we got going over here. It's a cool little take what you
community
want,
garden.
help, you know.
Yep,
Alright.
In the blessing
Any-
box.
yeah, I think that's all I have.
I think we need to move the sign for the park right here,
I think so. too.
behind the pavilion,
Yeah, we kinda just,
Yes,
and
the
lower it.
picnic was coming up and we kinda displaced it.
that's
So,
exactly where I
sometime
think it
before
needs
the
to be
picnic.
too.
Maybe before Memorial Day,
Probably. the-
maybe Saturday.
So we also need to make
I'll
sure
come
there's
over
no
and I can
memorial,
move it.
no holes there for the flags, because I thought of that the other day too.
Yeah, that was kind of just a, if you remember.
Yeah.
didn't know where to put it. The one, I like the one with the big park is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's good to- Alright, anything else?
That's it.
Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Whoa, easy, easy.
Sheila got places to go.
Oh, all in favor?
Alright.
Alright, thanks guys.
Actually, I just wanna go home, take a shower, and go to bed.
Sidewalks and water.
Yeah, I gotta read a bunch and I gotta.
Welcome to town.
Cliff, I think you should read me a chapter